So I purchased the Land Rover.
So I've been wanting to build an off-road truck for a while, something that I can take camping and do fun stuff with. Given that I have a daily driver and I have rent to pay and things like that, I don't really have a ton of money to build a truck. So I've kind of started thinking about what really is a truck that I would want to own that would act as a second vehicle that, you know, if I break it, it's not going to be the end of the world. I'll still be able to get to work and things like that. And I kind of boiled it down to whatever I could find for a good price that was still running. So I started browsing Craigslist and searching for something that sort of fit within my criteria. And I came across this 2004 Land Rover Discovery that some dealership had taken in on trade, and they wanted $1,500 for it, which obviously was the immediate thing that attracted me to it.
So I purchased the Land Rover. 2004 Land Rover Discovery 2. I'm very excited about it. It's got all the features I want. It's got a locking center diff, you know, lots of aftermarket support for it. I'm very excited to pick it up. My buddy Kyle's coming over. He's going to pick me up in just a few minutes, and we're going to head out and go get it. How are you feeling today, Kyle?
Oh, hungover today.
What did you do last night?
I had a total of 8 beers. That's what's called getting old.
So you're not feeling too hot.
Fuck off now. I just got out of bed about an hour.
So we were supposed to go this morning at 10 a.m. And I was actually running a little late this morning, so I texted Kyle. I was getting a haircut. Kyle texted me and said, "Yeah, it's not gonna be a while. It's not gonna be for a while until I pick you up, because I'm definitely hurting today." And turns out somebody got a little silly last night.
Yep.
I have the key, and we're going to start this thing up, hopefully. If the battery's not dead, in which case we'll have to jump it. All right, let's see if this thing will start. Here you go. Yep. It runs.
So the truck had bad brakes. I immediately started driving this truck home, and it was as if they never changed the brakes on it. The thing was just grinding brakes like you wouldn't believe. It was just the whole way home every time I stopped.
This truck definitely needs brakes. The pedal goes pretty much all the way to the floor every time I need to stop, and you can hear it grinding. So before we do anything with this truck, we're gonna try to get the brakes fixed up and get it to a point where we feel comfortable driving it long distances.
So that was the first thing I had to take care of. So I called up my buddy Kyle and asked him if we could use our buddy's shop. He graciously agreed to let us use the shop to put the truck up on a lift and do some work on it and, you know, get things into a running order so that I could, you know, eventually drive it down to Pennsylvania to see Rin.
So Kyle and I decided to bring it into the shop today and get some work done on it. And in the meantime, we can also do an oil change and kind of make sure it's ready to make the trip to OK four-wheel drive from Massachusetts. So Kyle is out right now picking up some oil, and he'll be back in a moment and we can get to work. Did you get oil? Kyle, did you get the oil?
Yeah, you owe me some money.
Are you excited? How excited are you right now?
Oh, so excited to work on your truck.
Like, beyond excited?
Yeah. Here's your receipt, bud. Get out of here.
Oh, thanks.
I've always had trouble with taking things way too far. If I'm out there going, you can bet I'm going hard. I push and push, and then I push some more.
What are you doing, Kyle?
All right, so general rule of thumb, you just grease up everything that you take off, especially if it was already corroded. Clean it off with a wire wheel and just throw some grease on it. In this case, we grease the hubs, not the actual studs, but grease the hubs. That way, any contact point where there's a chance of rust building up, you stop that now before you need to take off the brakes again, along with any moving parts like there on the caliper. And yeah, should be good.
So Kyle, where are we going?
We are going to Courtyard Roast Beef.
So anyone who's from the North Shore in Massachusetts knows that roast beef here is very different from many other places. I mean, in like Buffalo, you have beef on weck. Here, you have North Shore style roast beef, and usually you order a three-way, which is roast beef with sauce, cheese, and mayo.
When I called Jason to tell him about the truck, he was super excited for me, but he also was kind of making fun of me because he said that I was kind of following in Peter Voller's footsteps after, you know, spending 10 days in the woods with him in Vermont.
Hello.
Hey man, how's it going?
Yeah, man, just put the catcher your dad. What's up?
Oh, nice. So, I bought a truck.
What did you get?
I got an 04 Land Rover Discovery.
A Land Rover, huh? It sounds like maybe Peter Voller's up in Vermont had some influence on you.
Oh man, I fell in love with the Bumble when we were up there. That's definitely had something to do with it. I got it for about $1,500 from the dealer. They took it on trade and just didn't want anything to do with it. So it was kind of a steal in that aspect. But I kind of want to build it into a truck that I can, you know, go adventuring with. I don't have a ton of money. I have like give or take $5,000, somewhere in there. I think we can build something useful within that range, especially, you know, given what I spent on the truck.
I think we can stay pretty close to the $5,000 budget on this. Let me make some calls to OK four-wheel drive and see if we can't get something scheduled for you, and we'll let you know.
Cool, sounds good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Absolutely.
So we got some shop time lined up at OK Four-Wheel Drive, and I packed up the truck and started driving.
So take me as I come. We'll hitch a ride to a rolling stone.
After I had been driving for all of 10 minutes, I realized, you know, that my temperature was reading extremely high, or what I thought was extremely high from the temperature gauge. And, you know, I elected to stop and sort of try to figure that out. And I made some phone calls, and, you know, I was kind of dead in the water for a little bit there.
I had my OBD2 scanner hooked up to my phone so I can monitor engine temp and stuff like that. And I noticed my coolant temp was like at 220 degrees, and I'm sitting here right now with the engine off, and I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes and it's still at like 170 degrees. So that doesn't bode well for our journey to OK Four-Wheel Drive. But for now, we're just sitting here relaxing and trying to source a solution. So I'm still in this lot, and well, right after I decided I was going to carry on and push forward, I went to turn the key, and this happened.
The battery died. So I killed the battery in the Rover. I was dead in the water in this parking lot 5 miles from my house. So I called my dad and I got him to come out and give me a jump.
I have jumper cables. I just don't have a car to jump off of. So he's on his way. He'll be here in about 20 minutes, and then hopefully I can be on my way then. You found me. Do you want some Funyuns?
I love Funyuns. No, I don't. Stop. I don't think that's it.
He just got this car recently. He doesn't know how to pop the hood.
Shut up. Oh.
So I've made it about 100 miles so far. I'm here in Vernon, Connecticut, and decided to grab some food at the Vernon Diner. It's a little place that I shot at one time, actually. I shot a sci-fi movie here called Dark Hall. But decided to swing through, get myself an egg and cheese with bacon, have a little Coke. Truck seems to be running good. Knock on wood, it's not overheating right now, so I'm gonna keep pushing and see OK four-wheel drive tonight. Well, I made it safe and sound to OK four-wheel drive. I think it's time to get some sleep, and tomorrow morning we'll get to it and start tearing this thing apart.